beautiful people. Here we are. What day is it? It's another day for the B Cup. Yes, it is. Hello. I'm waiting for everybody to show up, and when everybody's showing up, I will sip on my beautiful Nespresso. I'm giving free commercials for Nespresso because I love my Nespresso. Good morning, Stacy. Hi, everybody. Sorch is coming on. All kinds of awesome people are coming on right now. Good morning, my friends. Hello. Gosh, I haven't really been reading much in the news because I've been working so much, so I don't even know what's going on in the world today. Enlighten me, my friends. Enlighten me. Hello, beautiful people. Matthew, Sorcha, Angel, Emily, Shay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Oh, wow. Really, what I should really actually do is I should get out of bed and go outside for a minute because I don't do that. So I should really make an effort to go outside before I come right on here. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Bill. Good morning, my friends. Coffee time. Coffee time. It's my favorite time. I won't lie to you. Hello, Shay. It's my favorite time. Honestly, coffee time. That's why I make coffee time throughout the whole day. It is. I will admit it here to the world. I am a coffee addict, my friends. Hi, Mitchell. Hi, Felicia. Hi, Jana. Beautiful people. Oh, beautiful people. Thank you. And from Edinburgh, Scotland. I was there. Oh, gosh. I was in Edinburgh a while ago. Maybe I don't know, even 8 or so more years ago. Good morning, Bill. It's snowing in New York, Bill? Wow, I'm going to be in New York on November 17th for the premiere of the HBO The Trans List. So if you're around, and then I'm speaking on the 18th in New York City at the Pleasure Chest. So hopefully everybody will be around. You can come and see me. And Birmingham, England is here. Coffee time is here. Beautiful people. It's the elixir of life. Yes, it is. It's the thing that actually makes me the most happy. You know, I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I do use cannabis. But that's a whole other story we can talk about later on. A huge earthquake hit Italy last night. That was in the news, and the Cubs won Game 2 of the World Series. Thank you, Mitchell. Beautiful. I get the news read to me. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Or written to me, and I read it. It's raining in Seattle. But isn't it always raining in Seattle? That's why I don't move there, my friend. Charlie says, just wanted to say hi, dude. You're an inspiration. It's awesome to see so happy. Right on, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody. Katie's here and says it's 96 in Phoenix. Wow, isn't it crazy? It's like snowing there, hot here, but I was reading something about how don't expect weather that is usual. Clearly, we have a complete fucked up world. Janice says, I only use cannabis too. Alcohol. Yeah, you know, alcohol doesn't work for me. I've been 28 or maybe more. I've lost count at least that long off of alcohol and drugs. Neither. No drugs, no alcohol for 28 plus years. It's Washington. Hi from Washington. It's probably raining there too, I'm sure. And Raleigh, North Carolina, my friends. Oh, it's beautiful there. I loved it. I was there last year. So yeah, I don't drink alcohol. I think cannabis is a great thing. I really, really, really do. Edibles. Oh gosh, I went to this I spoke at an edibles conference this last weekend in Los Angeles. I was on the diversity panel. And it was so great, you guys. It was just so great to be part of an industry that is going to be huge. And really, I believe in the product. I don't use drugs. I don't use alcohol. Cannabis is not drugs. Cannabis is not drugs. It is not a gateway drug. It is not dangerous. Of course, anything in excess is dangerous. Coffee is in excess is dangerous. Anything is. Coca-Cola, food, everything. Cannabis is not a gateway drug. It is something that I'm working on really trying to explain that. Again, I don't drink or use, and I haven't for 28 years, and cannabis never makes me want to do anything else. So I'm a believer of cannabis for many reasons. CBD, for pain. It clearly cleared my dog's seizures. Hello? I can't believe that it's not, well, I do believe it's not used more in the medical world. That's going to change, but you know what I'm talking about. The conference was amazing, you guys, the cannabis conference. Really, cannabis is a game changer, especially for our community. I'm really going to help to bring it to our community. It's going to be legal in Texas. Don't worry. Texas might be the last state to hold on. I think it might be the last state to hold on to not give us any kind of legalization of it. Because, I mean, come on, it's Texas, my friend. Beautiful people live in Texas. Beautiful people. But, hey, Shay, if it weren't for the greedy pharmaceutical, Shay says, if it weren't for the greedy pharmaceutical companies, lobbyists, cannabis would solve. Yes, exactly. But we're working hard on changing that, and it's going to change. It was the same with alcohol, right? It was the same with alcohol. So you know, we just have to keep pushing forward. We have to keep pushing forward. We have to know that that is the way we make change, is we keep pushing forward. Yes, I'll be in Mexico. I have a home there in Mexico, so I'll be back in Merida soon. I don't know when, but soon. So yeah, I think cannabis is a big deal for our community, and it can really help a lot of people who are using pharmaceutical drugs such as, you know, Valium or things that help PTSD, which is a real thing. So is anxiety. So is restlessness. So is sleeplessness. If you know anyone that has trouble locating edibles in New York City, I have a contact. Okay, my friend, reach out to me and we can talk more for sure. I live in LA where it's just so easy to get stuff. If you have a card, you can just go into any dispensary and get whatever you need. It is making Los Angeles an amazing place to live. Let me tell you. Everybody is using cannabis here. And it's why LA is a different city now. I believe that. Really, let me just say, for me, I have major sleeplessness. I have total insomnia. And so, as you know, I travel a lot, I'm out a lot, I do a lot. And so I had trouble sleeping. And so I started using sleeping pills. Yuck. Do you know what those sleeping pills were doing to me, you guys? They were making me wake up in the middle of the night and eat. I would wake up with bags of potato chips in my bed, crackers, I don't even remember, just stuff. And I would be like, how did that get in my bed? Like, really? I actually got up, I sleepwalked to go. I've never sleepwalked in my life. Ever have I sleepwalked. Until I started taking Ambien. And it would literally get me up without me even knowing it, go into the kitchen, eat like a maniac, bring it back to my bed, make love to the potato chip bag, and fall asleep. What? That's when I knew I got to get off of this. Imagine if I'm somewhere and I'm doing that, and I wake up and I start walking around, or I've heard horrible stories about it. So that's when somebody said to me, dude, try cannabis. And I was like, I can't do that. I'm sober. I don't drink and I don't do drugs. He's like, dude, trust me. You're taking Ambien. That's a drug. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. Oh my God. Game changer, you guys. Game changer. Game changer. I'm telling you, I sleep like a baby. It's why I wake up every morning like, but not in a bad way. Not in a way that I can't clear my mind. My mind doesn't wake up feeling like in a fog like when I take Ambien. Never do I feel like that. I feel totally ready to go. So why I, as somebody who doesn't drink alcohol, doesn't use drugs, but is a big believer of cannabis, because I use it myself, I would never promote something that I wasn't 100% sure is something that is great. So that's it. I'm outwardly to the world honest about my cannabis use, because I believe it as a way that we can start working with our own community who are heavily sedated. We have many, and I know this from my own experiences of talking with people. I'm not just making stuff up. So many people I know take pharmaceuticals and are starting to use cannabis as a way. Oliver says, if anyone has seen Grace and Frankie, there's a character on Ambien with crazy stories about getting up at night, ordering shoes. Dude, it happened to me. It happened to me. Christina says, I drove when I was taking Ambien with no clue. Got off on the right way. I was just thankful I'm here and no one was hurt. I know. Oh my God, it's crazy, you guys. Aaron says, I see cancer patients smoke cannabis instead of taking morphine. Works better for them. And exactly, there's story after story. Sarah says, cannabis doesn't make you high unless you heat it. Hence why brownies make you high, but raw marijuana is incredibly healing. Exactly, same with CBD, without the THC. Okay, without the THC. I give my dog CBD, okay, to help her with her seizures. And my sister thinks she's all high. I'm like, she's not high. She's just actually feeling better. But my sister, who believes, oh, that's marijuana, because the cool thing is my sister is Middle America, so I get to understand that frame of mind and how I have to be gentle and talk about this in a way that cannabis is healthy. Of course, if you don't want to use it, don't, and you feel like it could be, it's not for everybody. Like everything isn't for everybody. Figure out what works for you. But what I would like to do is to start to teach our community that you don't have to necessarily take narcotics. You don't necessarily have to take pharmaceutical drugs. Let's try a natural alternative. You know what I'm saying? And so I would like to start having this conversation in. Yes, my friend Jim Mann from Mexico, where I live, has proven to cure cancers. Some cancers. It's proven to cure epilepsy. Why do you think so many people who have epilepsy, along with parents of children who have epilepsy, are moving to Colorado? It's a real thing, you guys. People are moving there because the drug CBD, it works. It's natural, it's clean, and it works. People, it's curing epileptic seizures. I witness it 100% with my dog. It cures it. It's curing, oh my gosh, Halden says, cannabis is curing my stepdaughter's autism. It's the future, you guys. It's the future. It's so incredible. It is beautifully the future. I'm a believer of natural products. I'm a believer of healing yourself through your mind. You know, I'm not going to lie. I go into depression. I totally go into depression. I'm not a robot. I go into depression, dealing a lot with the stuff that I deal with on a daily basis. I get letter after letter of people going through horrible stuff with their transition, not feeling focused, feeling out of it, you know, and it's depressing after a while to continually hear. Jim says some type of diabetes too. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I get so overwhelmed with some of the stuff that I get, you guys. It's like just intensity. I'm very empathetic and compassionate, and I take a lot of it on. And then sometimes I'm just like at the end of the day, like I feel completely insane. And so honestly, the cannabis lets me relax. It is sort of my glass of wine at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I can't do it if I'm working. I'm not good at focusing and having cannabis in my body. No, I need to be having my coffee. But that said, at the end of the day, after all of this stuff is going on and all the letters I write kids back and adults and everybody, I feel exhausted. And so actually having a little bit of cannabis helps me unwind. Delilah says, good mornings. I have fibro and they cut me off of my meds. Smoking marijuana helps with my pain. Oh, but not legal in Indiana. Wow, my friend. Thank you for sharing that. These are the stories I want to hear. Just got my CBD after a few days. No longer mega depressed. And I'm actually sorting my life today. And let's go off the negative bull. Oh, Natasha, this is so great. I'm telling you, I know. Firsthand, I know this. Jana, my stepdad had a rare dermis-type brain tumor. I tried to tell him about CBD and he refuses. He isn't doing well. The tumor surgery touched his brainstem. He was unable to walk without falling down and is incontinent. So sad. Oh, it's so sad. I know. We've been brainwashed to believe that cannabis is this bad drug. But narcotics are okay? Wow. We see it. We're all like-minded here. I bet everyone in here is probably pro-cannabis. But the fact that people have been brainwashed to believe it's better for them to take narcotics than cannabis, when cannabis is proven to actually heal. Narcotics don't heal. They only mask the problem. And yes, we totally know why. Big Pharma isn't have their fat hand in it. They don't have their hand in grabbing and cashing in on it. As soon as that happens, it's going to change. But we can't let that happen. Randy asks, what is CBD? CBD is a derivative from cannabis, from marijuana, and it's a healing property. There's THC in cannabis. The THC is taken out. Sometimes it's left in. The THC is the thing that gives you the psychotropic, the high feeling, where the CBD doesn't do that. The CBD is more of a healing property that can help with many, many things. For example, epileptic seizures. Do a little research, Google CBD. You're going to be in a deep, deep Google hole of CBD. It helps with anxiety and depression. All kinds of stuff. Cannabis and a good person to love you is the elixir of life. Right on, Bill. Yes, I tell him it will improve the quality of his life, Jana. I know, but you can't force it on someone. It's like the most bizarre thing. People don't want to use it. Susie says, I use it for endometriosis. Only way to deal with the pain levels. It needs legalization now. If you live in California, there's a proposition here to legalize marijuana. I don't want to say which one it is because I don't know specifically off my head if it's 64 or 63. But we can legalize it here. We can legalize it. Is legalized as a medical use, but I want to legalize it as personal use. Landon says, my friend Ehlers-Danlos has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. At 24 years old, she can barely move and is always in pain. CBD is the only thing that allows her to leave her bed. Wow. So, I'm working on a project, and I'm going to reach out soon because I'd like to get little videos of people saying, CBD saved my life. Help me. I love CBD. We need to if we have real people talking about it, putting it out there, that's how it's gonna change. We have to talk about it. We have to tell people that. That's why I'm open. When I sat on the cannabis panel this weekend, I sat on a diversity panel, and what I said on that panel was, I'm 28 years sober from alcohol and drugs, but I am a cannabis user. Everyone clapped. Everyone clapped because I believe, first off, I believe in being honest to the world. I don't want people to think that I'm the kind of sober. I'm sober from things that destroyed my life. I've been using cannabis for 5 years, and it never has it made me feel like using drugs or alcohol. Ever. And why I feel that I need to be open about it and talk about it as somebody who is sober. Because it is not a gateway drug that they are trying to make you believe. It is not a gateway drug. Anything can be a gateway drug if you're not ready mentally and prepared to use it. Anything can be that. Jonas says, I don't want to push him, just enlighten him. I want him to live longer because he's the only dad that has been around me since 16. Oh, Jonna, my friend. Yes, you can't push it, but you can keep talking about it. Sometimes when you just continue, that's how I finally got my sister to understand that using CBD isn't a bad thing, because I kept talking about it and showing her. Shay says, we need education, which you're doing, and to help people see the truth and get past the stigma of cannabis that the government has forced down society's throats for decades. Yes, we have a lot of work to do around that. It's like once people get brainwashed, it's so hard to deconstruct that idea of really what cannabis and marijuana is. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, it's one of the reasons why I chose to start saying cannabis and not marijuana. When I say I use cannabis, I want to make it seem as if, let me word this right. Marijuana has this bad rap. We know that. It has this bad rap. So the minute you say marijuana, people automatically go to the 60s, hippies, smoking weed, totally out of control, or the guy dealing on the corner. When I say cannabis, it just gives it this different ring and this just idea as a healing property, as a healing medicine, as something that has been around for millions of years. This is what I want to try to change, this idea that cannabis is a beautiful natural product. Hi, Lay. How are you doing? Mitchell says, Quinn Brooke Wolf signed medical marijuana into law in April. It's happening all across the United States, my friends. It's happening everywhere. It's even happening in the UK. When I was there last, they're starting to work on releasing CBD vape pens. Kayla says, I have fibro, severe depression, anxiety, and a degenerated spine. Without cannabis, I can't walk, and the panic is so bad. I don't want to leave my bed. I have almost Crisis panic attacks. With cannabis, I can walk. I can live. I can care for my home and my children. It changed my life. Oh, that's so beautiful, Kyla. Thank you for sharing that. I want to cry. Oh, but you see how cannabis came into your life. Without cannabis, you wouldn't be having a quality of life. You have a quality of life, my friend. This is the point that we all need to understand. Quality of life is different than quantity of life. I am a believer of quality. I don't care if the testosterone that I've been taking for 20 years ends my life early. I don't care. My quality of life is amazing. I can't even imagine not having my testosterone. It is the thing that is my lifeline, my lifeblood. Okay? It's the thing that makes me feel so focused in my life. So sometimes cannabis does that for all of us as well. It gives us a quality of life. Okay? Quality of life is everything. If cannabis usage lets you get out of bed, lets you walk around, lets you not have anxiety, lets you not have depression, lets you sit here and have a cup of coffee with me in the morning, what is the problem? What is the problem? There is no problem. This is the conversation we need to have outside of us, outside of our tribe or whatever we want to call it. We need to have the conversation to the bigger world. And again, my activism. This is my activism. My activism is my body. My activism is my usage of cannabis, because I'm a believer of be part of that. I have nothing to feel ashamed about. I was feeling ashamed that I was using cannabis. I was shaming myself, you guys. Joanna says, love you, gotta go, take my baby. Go on, my friend, have a beautiful day, take care of yourself. And I really appreciate your vulnerability, your sharing, and helping us to create this world. Thank you, my friend, have a beautiful day. James says, I wish I didn't have to take 14 different pills to combat my mental health problems. Yes. Oh, you live in the UK, my friend. Yes, they are working on CBD vape pens. Do some research, find those pens, and start using it. Ask your doctor. I read it, it's real, they're coming there. That's going to change your life, my friend, and get you off of the 14 pills. It is, I'm telling you. Christina says, it helped with my bone pains. I have bone disease, which makes my cartilage deteriorate and my bones grind against each other, and it damages my nerves. I was on crutches at some point and couldn't get out of bed without any help because of the numbness and how intense the pain was. Couldn't work properly for months. I used to do heaps of therapy and such for years, but nothing helped. Cannabis actually has made a dramatic effect on me. Same with acupuncture. I am no longer on crutches and I can actually walk and work normally. I find it amazing, and I'm so angry with that pharmacies have not legalized it for medical use. Wow. Thank you, my friend, for sharing that. Thank you, my friend, for sharing that. You and so many people out there have the same story of pain, of feeling not connected, using cannabis, and changing their lives, being able to function in the world. Wow. Being able to go outside, not feeling bad about yourself from the use of cannabis. This is what we need to talk about. We all need to be open about our usage. We all do, because that's how... Shay says, just to point out how far back this goes, and it probably goes back further, but they were putting out propagandist movies, yes, like Reefer Madness in the 30s. They have been brainwashing, yes, I know. They have been brainwashing people since the 30s. Just the same time as Prohibition and all of that. All of that, because it's a way to control. Again, controlling people by putting out propaganda. We know throughout history, this is how governments do it. It's how organizations do it. It's how people do it. They put out lies. They put out lies, and they trap you, and they bring you in. The human brain is very fascinating. People want to believe what they want to believe. You can say anything, and if you say it the right way and manipulate it, you can control people into believing it. It is real. Cannabis is that. They have manipulated the idea. Cannabis has been around from the beginning of the world, people. You know that. I know I'm preaching to the choir. It's been around. Every cultural people out there in different communities, different civilizations have all used marijuana as healing property. And then comes the white man. And then comes colonialization, and let's tear everything apart. It's not funny. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's serious. And you know how it just sort of stops that feeling of feeling disgusted by the way we have just raped everybody and ruined everything. We've ruined everything because of the greed and this desire to own and control everything. That's what ruins everything. What's wrong with people? Why can't we share? Let's share. People, let's share. I love this country. I love people. I love opportunity. America gives everyone opportunity to a certain extent. But capitalism on paper is beautiful and it looks amazing. But what it's done is it's created a greed. It's gone outside of what it was supposed to do. Give everybody opportunities. But now we have this idea in America where it's only your opportunity. You only get it. It's mine. I'm working for it. It's just mine, and you can't have it. This is why we don't have national health care service. It's exactly why we don't have it. Because people don't want to share. What do they say? I'm not paying for your health care. Well, guess what? Actually, you are. By having so many sick people, you are paying for it. If we bring back great things like cannabis and start treating people where they can afford to treat themselves, they can afford to have medication, they can start to go back into society, and we can create healthy, beautiful people. Healthy, beautiful people creates a healthy, beautiful society. My gosh, I know it's not that difficult to understand. They just don't want to understand it. They just don't want to understand it. So, I have to get going, but I sure love this conversation today. Cannabis. It's the future, my friends, and I'm working very hard to bring it to us, okay? Cannabis is all around medication. I have many friends that no longer use pharmaceuticals because they decided the natural route. Bo said that. Thank you, Bo. Sorcha says, everyone has forgotten that we made money up. Yes, we did. Halden says, tax me another 6%. Give me free health care. Exactly. Tax me more. I'll pay for it. I have no problems creating an environment where we all are entitled to health care. That's a human right. We're all entitled to water, food, health care, clothes, homes, all of us. Cannabis. Not just rich people. We're all entitled to it. That's a human right to live on this earth, not starve, have things, create. It's our right as people. Let's create that environment, you guys. Let's create the environment where we all get something, where we all get to be a part of, where we all get to share, where we all say, oh my gosh, you're hungry? Come into my house and eat. Oh my gosh, you don't feel good? Let me introduce cannabis to you. It will help your anxieties. Oh my God, you don't have health care? You can't afford $500 anxiety pills? Try this. It's cannabis cookie. It's going to help you feel good. You're going to feel much less anxiety. And it's only going to cost you $10. What a concept. It is why they don't want to legalize it. Because it's too accessible. It's not $500 anxiety medication. Okay, people. I know somebody yesterday says I rant. I do rant. I rant because I am a believer of change. I am a believer of creating change. And I'm a believer of putting it out there. Put out there what you want to see. You don't have to be here. People don't have to listen to me. But I'm creating my own platform with you so that we can create change. Remember that, you guys. It's about us. It's never about me. Ever, ever, ever. I believe in a community of love and acceptance. Whether that's the trans community, the LGBTQ community, the cannabis community, I don't care. I'm not a part of one single thing there. I'm a part of humanity, as you are. Let's create a human community, okay? I'm not creating a different trans community. I'm creating a community of humanity, where we can begin to understand that trans is an identity, but it is not your own identity. Your own identity is you. It's you. And then you can create being trans, being all that. But this idea that only being trans, no, no, that's not true. That's creating a robot. Let's create a humanity community. Let's create a human community, okay? This is how we're gonna create change. Trust me. It's happening. I love you guys so much. You're beautiful. All of you showing up every day creates change. So it's proof right here. Anybody and everybody can say whatever they want to say. Showing up, creating change, that's the way. So before I leave, I want to let you know that tomorrow and this weekend, my shows are going to be a little bit late because I have my lady friend coming in, and I also have some work stuff that I have to take care of. Also, in late November, I'm leaving for France and traveling the world. So we're going to have to reevaluate our little morning coffees here. I'm going to be doing them from across the world, but they're not always going to be the same time. But we can talk about that again. Hopefully, I see you at this time tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be a little later. I might be able to express that later on. But who cares about tomorrow? Let's live in today. Today is now. Your opportunity to create change is now. Don't think about tomorrow and don't think about yesterday. Think about what can I do at this moment in time to help create a beautiful human community. Think about it, get the idea, and do it. That's all. That's all. Think about today. Think about the moment. Okay? Love, love, love is everything, you guys. Everything. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.